It's been a while. Welcome to a beautiful day at the river house.
So we got some projects going on here. I got the tire off the backhoe. This is the one that had the antifreeze in it, but then there was a flaw inside the wheel which tore the tube, and then I struggled to get patches to stick to it, and I just stuck another tire on, a tube type bias ply tire, tubeless, on a tube type rim. Anyway, it worked. But I'm putting the other one back on. I'm not going to put antifreeze in it until after I have proven that she's gorgeous, that she's not going to leak. So that's on the agenda today. Getting that ring on's a bugger. By the way, if anybody needs this, you just let me know. Right now, all I'm using it as a counterweight. Fun, but there's something even better out here today. You just wait and see. So if you've been watching a little escapade for a while now, you know that last year I went out and tried to buy one of these. Well, this year I was successful. Where is it? There it is. Look at it. It's majestic. Yeah, this is it. It is a link belt LS 2800 C Series 2. It's about an 89. Figure it tips the scales with the thumb. 47,000 pounds. Isuzu 6-cylinder diesel in it. I got it from the man who put in our septic. And he'd owned it and actually sold it, and then got beat up at a rock mine, so we bought it back, and then he fixed it, and then he sold it to me. It has brand new chain, not new grousers, new chain, new sprocket. It's got like a rock bucket on it with a nice big powerful thumb. Everything's nice and tight till you down to the bucket. There's a lot of bucket slop, and I'm sure I'll be reading all sorts of wonderful comments about that later from the excavator patrol, but whatever. All my stuff has bucket slop. That's fine. It was so much cleaner when I got it here. Yeah. Was a little overfull on hydraulic fluid and climbing the hill and turning on a hill, and anyways, burped a bunch out, and then got dusty. And it was prettier. It's still pretty, but it was prettier. So yeah, that's the River House news. I'm into it. As moved here about 21. So, well, that's not true. 23. $20,000 and some change. I mean, it seems to be an okay machine. I was looking at others, but I was looking at them so far away that delivery was pushing a couple of grand. And if you watch that one auction video, I took that little Hitachi about $7,000 more than I paid for this one. You know, I'm not saying it's perfect, but it seems to run okay. We're having a bit of an issue. Once it warms up, it starts to lose power. Oh, it's a windy day today. Let's get behind this big windbreak. Once it warms up, it starts to lose power. So we're not talking it loses hydraulic power, because the hydraulics will still stall the machine. It's just that the engine starts to lose a substantial amount of power once it's become fully warm.
We're not exactly sure why. I know it sucks its air from inside that hot little cave, but then they all seem to do that. And that the guy's not entirely sure on the timing. They put it to the timing marks as they understood it on the book, and the motor wouldn't start. So we brought out an old, highly, well, not super old, but highly experienced diesel mechanic, and he said it was retarded because if it was advanced, the motor would try to lock itself up, and it wasn't locking up. So they just moved it, just advanced it just a little bit, until it started to run, and basically timed it by ear. I don't know if there's a timing issue that would cause it to lose horsepower when it's warm. Again, it's not that the hydraulics are heating up. The hydraulics aren't causing it. The motor is starting to stall out. So, I'm sure if I put this on the internet, like 50 people will have 25 different opinions, and probably one of them will be right. So, we'll just start doing it. Yeah, it's kind of amazing. It's already done. It's been running now probably 4 hours total, and it's already done in 4 hours more than we did in 12 with the cat and the little backup. So, well worth the price. Basically, I expect to pay for the machine by the time I got the house site prepped, and then I'll have it forever. So it'll become part of the family. This is its last journey. It'll live here, it'll die here, unless I give it to Shay sometime years from now. So there it is. And look at what we got done. Cool. Let's go fix the backhoe. Playtime. No, this is all work, right? So I've had Dad do all this. They were coming down for a brief visit, so I let Dad run the machine. He's much better at it than I am. And we got this much done, and I just sort of watched and did other things. And the idea here is to move all this rock. We can figure out where the house would go. We've got it figured out pretty much. That shelf right there is going to have to come out. Whether I hire a company to drill and blast, jackhammer it. I'm going to bring the machine up here and pull it at a 90-degree angle and see if some of it will crumble off, but it seems pretty hard. But then this will be the sloping driveway, and it's going to take a lot of rock to get there, but we did a lot today as well. This is a pair of landings from the mine. It's nice, big, chunky brick stone. So my goal is to come up here, and I want to pull this down. I'd really like to pull that up there down. So I might even try to make a bit of a road here, and I can get on that landing, and then I can reach that and throw it over here, and then reach this and throw it over there. So we're moving it a few times. But the goal is to basically take this material here and get it down where it can then become the roadbed material. I don't know, it seems like a daunting task, but it is a pretty big machine. Well, you should know that I have got, at this point, safe. I've got about 25 minutes on an excavator. Not 25 minutes on this excavator. 25 to maybe 40 minutes on any excavator. So let's just say not as smooth as several of the operators out there. But the internet is a kind, gentle, forgiving place which rewards novices with praise and encouragement. So I think it'll be fine. Don't you? Well, I got a bunch done, and I didn't appear to break it any. Of course, I was being really careful. I got to be better about getting rocks in the chains, or I'm going to walk it out. What a dirty mess. All this glacial silt worked its way down inside. I pulled all this down. I don't know when the camera died. I just let it do slow motion until it ran out. It doesn't really like working at an angle. I built a flat pad that I can drive to next and work from, flatter. But I tried to take all of that and put it over there so that I can come down that road, come get it, put it over there. I can't imagine a small dump truck would last long in this material. I was pulling stuff in here, but it just kept sloughing into the tracks, so I stopped. I was trying to take stuff from in front or behind me. And it's not cleaned off as well as I'd like because I can't really see, but you know what? It's good enough. It's good enough. I'm so touchy. Every bump or bang. Have we break it? Have we break it? I don't know why I keep expecting it to break, but it seems to be a fine machine so far. But that doesn't mean I can't break things, so come see what I just did. It'll make you feel smarter about yourself. So I had to put the backhoe away, right? No big deal. It's gonna rain. So backhoe might as well go back under cover so that it doesn't get wet. Under cover means back under the deck. The reason I have that giant winch in the front of it is because in order to get underneath the deck, I have to drop the hoe. And when I drop the hoe, there's so much weight off the front wheels, it just wheel stands and I can't steer and it'll hit the bottom of the house. probably see where this is going. I didn't drop the hoe. So, fun. I clobbered it pretty good. Lifted it up. Of course, it couldn't just slide back down. No, it had to hook. So I pulled it back. A foot and some on this side, 3-4 inches on that side. I just left the hoe here. It's gonna get wet at this point. I think I can come back in here, and if I lift off of the center beam with the main bucket, I can just ever so gently lift it off of, it's sitting on top of that, right? Lift it off of that and slide it forward. And get it in place. Turns out the only thing that keeps it from moving back is a pair of big spikes at the end. And when I lifted it off of those. So I suppose those will probably have to get cut off first, I imagine, right? Because I'm never going to get them back in the original hole. So I got to cut those off with a sawzall, slide it back, and then find some way to tie it together. But dark. At least I didn't break the new excavator, right? And I didn't break the hoe. All I did was clobber the deck. And leave an idiot mark. Because I'm an idiot. Still a great day at the River House. Thanks for watching.